Yeah.
Copy 10-80053.
Knight pinged us. Told us to come out here, so we're going out in the woods to meet Knight and Kopchuk. We have no idea why. Could be he just wants to discuss something about Fate case. But nighttime picnic with Knight. Oh, your first strike points. Yeah, I'm sure that's how he would do it. Trying to freak me out, Harris? Listen, I don't think Scully has genuinely done anything that would be worthy of strike points. But also, first strike points would be really bad as a cadet. I think that's an automatic firing. Butthead. Not saying Scully's perfect, but I don't think she's really earned strike points. Yeah, if you didn't make it, I don't see how anyone would.
Dispatch 318, chosen at 38 with a black and color moto, I believe, in the Mirror Park gas station parking lot.
60176!
It's a jugular, not a Komodo.
Copy that, checking you out in traffic, Mirror Park.
Hey, roommate.
Send it.
This strain of meth has been found on Benjamin Duff of GSF. Twice.
10-4.
(17631 Alpha).
60123 to 38.
Oh, they're up on this tower. What nerds.
Dispatch 490, 76 to 31 Alpha.
They're just calling the Scully taxi. Oh, they got a car up here. No, I need to mark it. It's me.
What's going on, Scully?
Hi, I was just responding. You asked me to come out here.
I wanted to see how you're doing with the faith stuff.
I mean, I've got a lot of stuff that links back to a potential suspect, but nothing concrete. You know.
Understandable.
It's frustrating that manner.
Well, tell us from. Pretend I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Because I don't.
Yeah. And I really doubt that you want to go read the 28 reports that I have linked back to them. I mean, they started out calling me 3 weeks ago now. Saying, roll the dice, it's paradise. If you know what that means, you'll know what to stay away from. And this is the same day that the races were happening, that casino race, sanguine oil race thing was happening. So we thought it was mixed up with that, but it's not related at all. To retaliate against me not knowing what they meant with their cryptic lines, they killed 2 people up in Polito, removed their organs. And it's just been pretty much every few days since then. They are antagonizing doctors, threatening doctors. For quite some time, they said they wanted to kidnap Perry Watson and that they needed her to do something regarding organ transplants. But more recently, they've said that Perry has lost her usefulness or something. Now they just want to torture her. I don't know. They could have had her the other night.
Perry.
Yeah, they could have had her the other night, but instead they just shot her in the leg as a message. I think it was as a message to me, I guess. I don't know. They just sort of lash out at everyone in Everton. If they can get a name and a phone number, that tends to be the people that they target. As of today, they attacked Lewis Brixton and Anita May. 2 separate incidents. Of course, it was Brixton because he decided that he had to be some sort of martyr and go out there and meet them alone. And he hid that from me until he was set on fire up on Mount Gordo.
Was he on duty when he did that?
No, he got a call from Fate. I thought it might be, but because he moved away and wouldn't let me near him while he was on the phone, I just figured it was private, and I decided I'd trust him. Then he said that he had something to take care of. He needed to go off duty, and he went off duty and went and he met Fate. You know, we could have used that to set up a sting, and then Anita wouldn't have gotten stabbed either.
You wanted to set one up, but it couldn't be done?
There was no opportunity, sir. Brixton snuck off and met Fate.
Who's Brixton?
Lewis Brixton. He's a SDSO, typically shift 3.
Wait. Hold on.
XDSC.
Did he know the rap? So, run me that again. So, how did he get in contact with him?
As far as I understand, she called him. I know he posted something on Twitter. I can't remember what it was. Actually, it might still be there. Probably called her attention to him.
Was he
Why
aware
play
of
games?
this?
Oh yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Why?
I don't know. He's formed some sort of emotional attachment to me. I don't know why. I've not encouraged it. But he thinks that he kept telling me off when we only had like 2 incidents from this person, saying that I need to, make the first move and stuff, and I can't just sit on my hands and wait. And so apparently what Fate told me, because Brixton is in the ICU and he can't speak for himself right now, is that he chose the location, they met up there, he made a wager with her, they death rolled dice, and if he won, she would have to leave me alone, and if she won, she would get to do whatever she wanted. And that includes setting, and that so that means that Brixton let her tie him up and set him on fire. at that point because he lost the wager.
Oh, who is he a cadet? Is he?
No, he's
a deputy in the SDSO.
He's an FTO too, or been working on FTO.
I'm about to go backwards over this railing.
Okay, so let me get this straight. When did he learn about Fate?
He was with me the first day that we got calls. We were riding together. So the first day, 21 days ago, when we first had our encounter with Fate, is when he first learned of it.
And what was his involvement up until today?
He had occasionally been involved, but he had been out of the city for a while too. But each time I spoke with him, he would sort of just be very down in the dumps and saying, we have to do something, we have to stop them. And I'd tell him, please trust me, we need to make sure that we're doing everything, by the book, so that when it comes time to prosecute and stuff like that, we have our ducks in a row. And I even got him to promise me that he wouldn't go off and do something stupid, because I could hear him talking. You know how people get, right? Just really emotional and like they're going to go out and do something stupid. I sensed that from him weeks ago. And then today he literally sat there in a car next to me, got a call from her, didn't tell me it was her calling, and then went 42 so that he'd go meet with her without telling anybody.
What was his plan?
Apparently,
you think he was going to kill her?
No, he played a game with her. A quote-unquote game. He got to choose the game. This is all from Fate. This is what Fate told me over the phone. So I doubt she's lying, because knowing Brixton's mental state, I feel like it's very possible. But she said that they played a game of dice, death rolls, from my call sign until he lost, and then she set on fire.
Scully, occasionally you're gonna run into these situations. And the best advice I can give you is, if someone wants to die, they ain't worth saving.
Right, I'm just infuriated that he went and took his martyrdom complex into this. It's just...
Yeah. As you should be. As you should be. It's kind of why it hadn't even been a day or two since MCU had started, and people are already effectively crying about gatekeeping, which is sort of the childish way of saying, "When I want to play too." But the thing is, our playtime comes alongside with homework time, right? Otherwise, y'all end up doing God knows how many dozens of hours of work, only to let like some random show up and fuck all your shit up, right? It's kind of like building the sandcastle, right? Like, you couple others, you're building a tall sandcastle, and the kid wants to come in and, bring his, I don't know, his action toys and start playing inside. Sure, you can play along, but, don't push the castle over, because I'm sorry, but you didn't help put it together. Really that simple. Do you think he should be punished?
I am just very angry at him. I'm upset that he got harmed, and I'm upset that he let this happen and that he chose for this to happen. I don't want to be the one to make any sort of call over that, but I feel like to a degree, yes.
I'll actually, Luca, do you want to run that up with Lucy?
I'm just very upset that there was an opportunity where she was willing to meet with him alone at a place of his choosing, and that is an opportunity that we could have used. He didn't even get any sort of overlook.
I think for the simple fact that he selfishly did what he did, which ultimately allowed him to get away. Did not take the advice of his fellow investigators, fellow officers who are also working the case, and chose to unilaterally make a decision when it was not his call to. I think he should absolutely be reprimanded. And if anything, if we have somebody who's willing to get themselves killed, it's yeah. I think it's for his own good.
Yeah, I'll give my 2 cents on it as well, since we're all discussing it, and I'm your supervisor. Well, not yours actually. You're not in the MCU. Yeah, sorry, I just kind of defaulted.
It's all right. It's all right.
We've been working so much on this fake case. It feels like it. So, my 2 cents are he probably has to have some sort of punishment. If the put it this way, he didn't have control of the consequences of that outcome, obviously, because he didn't choose that outcome. And that outcome, if it went any different, or the actions or events up there went different, he risked, borderline obstruction of justice, right? Misdemeanor, but still recklessly hindering. He could have done something to the case. He didn't, and I don't think we're going to speak more about that. But what I'm saying is you're skirting that line, skirting the line of maybe even losing your entire career. He definitely needs to be punished, because that's pretty far off the rails.
Well, you could say that he's taking stuff from, confidential information, using that off duty as well, because he did take this and then go off duty with it, which is just...
Yeah, actually, it would be felony obstruction. He skirted the line, right? He got lucky. It didn't work out that way, that fate didn't learn anything, or that we know of have any sort of compromise to the case. But he risked felony obstruction of justice for a personal reason. I can't see that, this was not like I'm going to arrest this person. It sounds like the plan wasn't even to try and apprehend them, but just to get them to stop targeting you. So what, he was going to let a serial killer go and kill other people then after that, or just not care anymore?
I don't know what his plan was. Yeah. Fate said something about, he noticed that you seemed stressed out and upset about it. It's like, of course, I'm a bleeding human. I've got emotions, right? I'm not completely unaffected by this.
Look, I don't like it when the director gets stressed out, but I don't just go and clock off duty and baseball bat the person that pissed him off. How dare you piss him off? You made him go off duty. Thump. Thump.
I come back, there's like a fucking dead body under the tower. Jesus.
Every time you piss somebody off, there's just somebody. I got baseball batted by a guy in all black. Like right after I talked to you, Brian. What the fuck?
Yeah, but the thing is, like that, like even then, like, look, I'm gonna go and play devil's advocate a little bit. If you did do that, Luca, I could at least be like, all right. Like, but I don't, it sounds to me like this guy's been generally uninvolved with the case.
He's been involved in some of the things, like he's more shift 3, right? And before the shift 2 meeting. So he's handled stuff where the doctors have been targeted before I even get on duty ever, stuff like that. So he's had some involvement, but not like, I want to say not in the deep investigatory sense, right? Yeah. And what's more is I have specifically, targetedly, personally had a conversation with him that he not go doing something like this, and he promised me that he wouldn't, and he still went and did it. Yeah. Granted, that was a few weeks ago, but
I mean, still, I mean, it's common sense. Who else is on this case? Isn't Anita helping you as well?
Anita is very peripheral. I've touched base with her. Right now, the people who have been helping me out the most is Harvey Holden and Luca, and I'd say Aaron Carter's been with me these last couple days with stuff going on, but there hasn't really been. Sorry,
I mean, is Aurora chipping in?
Yes, Aurora is jumping in. She's been jumping in to help a lot. She's oftentimes pulled over with other things that you guys are doing right now, but she's been checking in. Yeah, she's been checking in.
I only circled her in the last couple of days too, so I was just making sure. All right.
Yeah, she's doing a good job checking in. She's checking with me over stuff, trying to get my input, and then making sure that I know what she's doing. So she's been very helpful.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything? Oh shit. Churro's around. I'm glad you've been able to. I know a lot of us have been caught up in all kinds of shit. 1173. It's been a fucking mess on our side. I think I've been doing like 15-hour days last couple days.
I've noticed. I've seen you around when you wouldn't normally be.
It's soon. So what? I am glad that y'all have been able to handle this while a lot of us have been busy. It has not gone unnoticed. Is there anything that we can help with that you may need? Like, do you have a prosecutor?
I don't have anything, right? So I my main issue is I have.
Sorry, one sec.
No, it's fine.
What's up, Flop? Congrats.
You need me to come there, sir.
Oh God, I'm coming.
You want churro?
How many units do you have?
Oh no.
Why do you need a breach?
Oh no.
Bro, that's not.
Okay, well.
Yeah, do not breach. Do not breach. Yeah, do that. Don't put yourself in. Remember, it's insured money. Lives do not need to be lost for insured money.
That's
If
big.
someone is
It's
you,
that
me,
popped off. I
etc.,
saw
Oh.
this is outside.
it. It sounds like
of
a
our
sergeant to
jurisdiction.
sergeant question, not a.
Mhm.
I'm guessing Flop the sergeant if he just said he got promoted.
This is a phenomenal view.
Yep, no worries. If you
By the
felt
way, don't you
confident,
see that
right,
orange
like,
stand
there
down
are
there
times where,
that you parked your car behind?
you doing some
Oh,
crazy shit,
Be
like,
really
I can
careful.
justify
Don't
legally,
ever
but
run into that.
There's a hostage.
And if you do,
they don't need to get hurt.
it turns
All
into
we know,
Indiana Jones.
we
So
breached, 'cause
just
oh my
drive
God,
really
15 minutes
fast.
before the
You
tsunami,
talking about
that
the
guy
ball?
actually
Just-
dies.
that ball is not
That's on
mounted
you.
to the top of that thing very well, and it doesn't take much to knock it loose. It will fall right on your fucking car. I'm just letting
Hell
you
yeah.
know from personal experience.
Oh, we got 15 minutes of tsunami.
Yeah. Hey, real quick before we
Mhm.
bust into the serious stuff, Brian, have you ever bumped into that smoothie shack down there with your car or no?
No. Oh,
Oh.
yeah. You mean like
When it turns
see
into
the
Indiana
ball?
Jones if you bump into
Yeah.
the shack.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway.
There were, I guess it's 15 minutes before tsunami, and they were asking whether we should breach or not. And I said, we don't do that kind of thing anymore.
Yeah. No,
I knew
that-
this and was hoping it would
Oh,
fall
I would
on
like-
the car. Wow, Dagger.
How are they at? How are they at? What?
Nice.
What? How are you in a bank with the storm coming like that?
You know, yeah, if you can get up here, I was gonna check in with you because I know we haven't had a chance to chat. We could do it after tsunami, same spot, unless you want to go to like the shift meeting. All right, what's your ping number? 1173. You see where that ping is? That's where I'm gonna want to meet you after tsunami. Take care. All right. So wait, when are you gonna become like a full deputy?
I do not know, sir. I am hoping that maybe I'll get a chance this week to touch base with Hayes and see if she thinks I could get scheduled for a final. I'm not certain.
Okay. I'm not trying to put more pressure on you. You know, whenever time is right, time is right. Obviously, there's other aspects of policing too. I think you're crushing it on investigations. I think you got the mind for it, all those kind of things. How's your driving?
It's mediocre. It's not grand.
Okay. what time do you get up on tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
boy, I imagine that I'll be around, say, by 6 PST, I think.
By 6 PST.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any days you come around early?
I do. It depends. I might even be around earlier tomorrow. It's just sort of, the earlier it is, the more unpredictable I am, I guess.
I got you.
Is
Well,
how to put it.
Whenever you're around early,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have you ride with Suarez, and he's gonna show you something.
All right. Unfortunately, dealing with all this fate stuff has had me driving less and less over the last couple weeks, which doesn't help
Here's
anything.
my advice. Don't overdo yourself on fate. Because becoming a full officer and becoming more well-rounded is gonna ultimately become more valuable.
Mhm.
Serial kill. I mean, you see the amount of bombs, right?
Yeah.
We ain't stopping all that shit, right? Like, don't get me wrong. People probably gonna be dying. We can't stop it all, but we need to be prepared. You need to get to a spot where you're more equipped to handle it. And right now, even though I think you're crushing it, there's gonna be that day where you need to chase down fate. And if you can't drive that car, or you can't shoot that suspect.
Unfortunately, they've been on bikes, and that's what we've really needed is motor response when they've been active, because they are consistently fleeing on bikes all the time. And
God damn it, we should have killed them when we had the chance. I told you what happened, right?
I'm not sure.
We had Cap Terranova, one of the suspects for Bass's death, got surrounded by Bundy. I ordered them to beat the fuck out of Bundy. We then go with our suspect to Cap, and some lady, purple hair, helmet, like full leather, on a bike, rolled up, looked at us, and I said, back the fuck off. Me and Bundy were about to shoot her for getting in, yeah.
Yeah, so she's got an accomplice too that can also look quite similar, and also goes about on bikes. So it's a whole thing. She's very protective of that person, though.
Really?
Yes. Flew into rage when I mentioned her name. Wanted to know if I know her full name, which I do, because I got her to share her digital ID with me.
The biggest challenge you're gonna find is crime is always going to be faster than you're able to keep up with, because catching someone is the easy part. Getting the conviction is the hard part. You're always going to get that paperwork first, and by the time you're done, you might be exhausted. You may not be done yet, and the next thing happens. Hell, I'm barely 10% done going through the fucking subpoenas.
You're describing the last few days pretty much, because I'm on duty, they start calling me, and they start doing one thing right after another, and I'm barely able to keep up with the paperwork over it. So like I said, I've got both suspects identified, but mainly through circumstantial stuff, witness testimony of seeing them repeatedly, so in matching their description, sounding like them.
Do you have any blood?
I have blood from Fate, or Diasmo, when I found her passed out on the road, but with no PC to search her or do anything. That is all I've got. Other than that, we have some partial stuff from multiple scenes, but I don't think we've got a complete match for anything. And her partner does have their DNA on file. They've been suspected of being a serial killer beforehand, but we haven't found any of hers at the scenes either.
How you doing, Aurora? Oh.
Doing okay.
Oh, there you go. Were you at the vault just now?
No, I ran past it. That's about it.
Gotcha. Let's check it up on Scully with the Fate stuff. We just interrogated Carmine, then Miguel, and then Rami.
Ooh.
They got Rami wants to self-represent. He's convinced we got nothing. We just
Like when he admitted to being in the helicopter with the RPG.
Oh my God! Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I can't. I'm not sure if he actually truly believes we have nothing, or he's trying to bait us into telling him what we have to see how fucked he is. But after that conversation, and mind you, we didn't have too much time to go through all the text. We were winging it. He is on top of Mission Row PD. Like, we know the GPS of Mr. K from the subpoena, and he received a phone call like 10 minutes before the explosion, 10, 15 minutes, and it's like literally on top of it. So, and his entire alibi completely, contradictory to Miguel's. It'll be interesting, but.
You know that he drove up outside the morgue when Vass was inside of it? And he said to me, look, I know you've all got someone in there that you all care about who just died, but I've got information that you need to know right now about what happened, or something like that. But because I wouldn't let him in, he drove off.
Really? Interesting.
Because I asked him who he was. He said, it's Rami Al-Rahman, or whatever. And, I stayed over the radio that he was there, and I was told, to turn him away. And then he just said, I forgot cops can't just talk to people, and he drove off.
Oh. I wonder what he wanted to talk about.
But he was acting like he had something that he felt we would find useful.
We just got Miguel's subpoena.
Whew.
It's gonna be a long night.
Assume that one's gonna have a lot in it.
Yeah, it's been good. I think Aurora, we should probably. Could you help Scully get one of our prosecutors assigned?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Do we have a Fate case file?
Yeah, I've got 2.
It's also in the MCU. I've been updating it with every report that comes in too.
Very good.
I've got a master file that details every related incident, and that's number 86042.
Yeah, that one's at the top in the MCU stuff in the reports. The top one bolded.
And then I just made a log of Fate's victims, which is 87396.
So, Aurora, I've got slightly bad news.
What's
Just
that?
slightly. All these reports that you have here in the reports channel, I'm going to need you to go and actually export them, like pull them off the MDW. You know how to do that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and then just...
you want all of them exported too?
Yeah, if you could. If you could just, however you want to organize that in there, I leave it up to you. But yeah, the actual document copies would be great.
Sorry, that's a nightmare because it's literally 30 reports.
Yeah, I know. I've been
she's got
listening to them every day. Yeah.
I know the ones from the past few days we need to make people put in their statements and stuff, because
yeah, that's
my head's been spinning too much to keep track of whether or not people have actually got their stuff in.
Thank you for getting that statement on the RC car stuff too.
Oh, of course.
Oh, that was huge. That
Was
Aurora, I'm telling you, may be what fucks them, because.
So I talked to Pond. I still haven't gotten Pond's statement. Reminded her again today. But she said somebody in the car yelled like, "Yo, Rami bro."
I heard Pawn say something like, they said, "Hey, Rami, what are you doing?" or something like that.
Yeah.
She called it out over radio. Yeah.
Which one is this? Is this the SDSO one?
This is... Hold on, what's the number? You know, it used to be easier to look up my name in the reports in the MDW, but now I write so many.
I feel that.
Stratum picking up RC cars. There's not very much right now. I have statement from the dispatcher who saw it. I haven't got Pawn's statement, who was the one who said she heard that.
That was the RC car one. Okay, so we're still waiting on Pawn on that one. All right. Do we have the statements with the Sandy Shore one when the bomb was planted?
The one that me and Luca, I put that in the MCU channel. I didn't know what report that needed to go in.
I would put that. I think that should be good enough.
Okay.
I would make an incident report for it.
Just make
slap
its
it
own
in.
incident report?
Yeah, I did the same with some of the stuff I put in there, because then the
Okay.
incidents can be referenced.
Okay. I'll do that right now.
I still got to write one up for the day after with Mr. K phone calls.
Flop's big mad and wants to know who made the call in the vault.
2 things I just thought of as well. Don't forget you have Harvey. He can also help you export some of that stuff, and I will keep an eye on that case file, and wherever you kind of leave off, if I have some downtime, I'll start pulling them too. It's not something that
It actually won't take me long.
Okay. If you need help,
I have like
just
a
let me
pretty
know.
quick way to do it.
All right, excellent. And then
Most of them should be pretty
after the
complete,
storm,
so.
Brian, are we doing the meeting and then coming back here, or are we just coming straight back here? What would you like?
I was gonna just come back here. Like I don't want to prevent you guys from going to it.
Oh no.
2 minutes.
A minute before tsunami.
Yeah, duh. Yeah, no, I can come straight back here. I have no issue with that.
Did you want me
Oh, yeah.
beyond a storm? Because I have no problem
I think
sticking
we're
around.
good.
But if you're good, then I.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
All right.
As long as you don't need us for anything, I suppose. You know how to get a hold of me if you do.
No, I'll let you know. I mean, with the Fate stuff, it's just we're just still trying to get that concrete connection between Diasmo and Fate being the same person. That's
Harvey
our main
and his-
hurdle right now.
His wife is going to be the key to that.
Why he mentioned that. Hopefully, that can happen without anyone getting hurt.
Also, I just looked at the 911 call. That city vault, it was less than 30 minutes before the storm when that started.
Yep.
I think that's why they wanted to breach, but because it wasn't going to be a long chase, but you know.
This is a nice spot. And hard for people to sneak up on you. We're not gonna make it. I'm gonna knock the ball off. What? That's the point? Yeah, I know. Of course it's the point. No! I want to go knock the ball off. Alright guys, that's all I'm gonna have for tonight. I just, I wanted to stream that since I got the ping out there. Okay, Budward. Alright, well, I'll see if there's anyone around who could use a wee raid. Sorry. And send you over there. Any recommendations? Anyone who you know is going to be staying on through the through the storm. Flop. We can raid Chris Tombstone again. Yep, okay. I'll raid him. Oh my goodness, he's got a lot of people watching right now. I'll send you over. Alright guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care and good night.